All right, so we're back with another video for you guys, another reaction video. And today we're going to be talking about Mr. Organik on the Fresh and Fit podcast. We had already dropped part one. If you guys haven't checked out part one, make sure you guys check it out afterwards or whenever you guys want to check it out. But we're going to jump into, this is part two, which I think we're going to be able to wrap it up. If we don't wrap it up in today's video, I think we might do a part three. But I'm hopeful we're going to probably complete this in today's reaction video. So we're going to get right into it, folks, straight into it, and listen to this goofball Organik make a clown of himself.
They pulled around the back, they leave the truck, supposed to go around the other way to get the money. We jumped in the truck, gone, they haven't put no guns out, just drove off when he got comfortable.
Biggest one, right?
Yeah, it's, you got to be smart. Like, and I want Vegas over his truck full of weed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was comfortable. That's how you do it. But I was strategic.
Y'all really are reckless, because I remember, like, every time I investigated a rip crew.
So Organik wants you guys to believe that, you know, he was so seasoned and taking advantage or robbing the cartels, right? That he pulled up to the warehouse where they came in with a truck, a full, I'm talking about like it seems like he's talking about a box truck, right? A box truck filled with nothing but drugs. And the driver gets out, and he's waiting there at the warehouse, you know, just chilling at the warehouse as if there's no one else there except the one or two essays in the warehouse. And then this truck pulls up, driver gets out, Organik gets in, and they just leave like nothing really happened. Like they just left with a box filled with toys. That's how Organik wants you guys to believe the story.
They would always get killed before we could arrest them.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Wow. Yeah, bro, it's the most you're literally robbing drugs from the cartel direct line. So
Like Pablo Escobar?
No, it's Mexican. It's not Colombian shit. But it's like, but the drugs come from Colombia. But it's the Mexicans that are sending someone to go find you, because like you're fucking with their business.
Yeah.
If you're a rip crew, you're stealing hundreds of kilos at a time from a main guy. So they're like, yo, find this nigga right now, and then they find them. And then every time I had a rip crew case, they either got kidnapped or they got killed before I could solve it, like get them.
So you guys just heard Myron, right, who has like some kind of law enforcement background. He just said every single time he's investigating a situation like this, they're either dead or they're in jail, right? More than likely, he just said they're pretty much dead. So Organik was that special case, right? He magically quit, and he did YouTube and still does YouTube, and the cartels just gave him a pass, right? That's what he wants you guys to believe, right? He managed to get out of a warehouse with a truckload full of drugs and quit the job with no issues at all. He just robbed the cartels and was able to make a lot of money and pull it off just fine.
You got blessed, bro.
I'm blessed beyond belief, man.
It's the most dangerous way to get your money, bro.
Yeah, so anybody that knew me back in them days and where I was at, and I'm saying in Arizona at the time, they know how I was moving, how I was living, what I had, how it looked. I was 20 years old in the Escalade.
So you always wanted the lifestyle.
Yeah.
You willing to do whatever it takes to get that lifestyle.
Yeah.
So you want us to believe that everybody that works in the cartels, everybody that's in partnership with the cartels, directly or indirectly, none of them watch YouTube. No one that is associated with the cartels has any kind of social media. They don't follow anything on social media. So when videos bounce around on 5, 6, 10, 7, 8 different channels, because he said this same bogus crap he's saying now on like 9 different other channels. So you're telling me no one in the cartel pays attention to videos like this, where people come out and say that they robbed the cartels, Mexican cartels. Nobody in the Mexican cartel is paying attention to this stuff. Come on now, man.
Dropped out of college to do that. Like, when I found out what you're doing, that's how you get money, I'm with it.
Big profits, but big risk.
Biggest risk. And that's my life. You know what I'm saying? And it's not cool. I ain't saying it's cool. I'm not saying that's what I live through. Like,
I give you credit, though. That takes some balls, bro.
Yeah,
that was probably the most dangerous way to be in the drug game, is robbing drug dealers, especially that close to the Mexican side.
And I'm still hooping. I'm putting up the escalator to go hoop with Marty Stein, Myron Shine, Marion at the court. And I'm killing motherfuckers. And I got a piss on the bag.
So he's robbing the cartels. I don't know when he's doing this, at night, during the day, early morning hours, but he's robbing the cartels directly, right? Stealing their drugs, and then he manages to go around and play hoops, play basketball with basketball players, or training. I want you guys to just take it all in, right? Listen to all this, what he's saying, right? He's robbing the cartels, and he's just able to enjoy life like nothing is going on, really. He's just playing basketball. He's driving his Escalade. He's picking up women, having the best life anybody can ask for, right? Making so much money. That's what he wants you guys to believe, right?
About 10,000 in that motherfucking bag, and I'm playing ball like, damn, you can hoop. Like, you know what I'm saying?
On that side of Mexico, yeah, that's Pablo's people. No, that's Chapo's people on that side.
Yeah, it's serious. It's serious.
Yeah.
But I made it out of that, and then made that transition, went to Minnesota. And
So you made it out of working with El Chapo's people, stealing truckloads of drugs. Not like, we're not talking about like a Ziploc bag, right? We're talking about a truckload, a big truckload of drugs, numerous times, 300 pounds, 200 pounds, 500 pounds, several times frequently. And once you're done stealing it, you go back enjoying your day, right? You just go back to playing basketball, go around the city, go shopping, just like as if you guys go to work, right? Like when you guys go to work, working for the government or whatever, working for Boeing or Airbus or what are some companies? Adidas, Nike, corporate jobs. You go to work, you leave work, you go hang out with your kids, your family. Organik was doing the same thing, just like you guys. It's so relatable, right? Robbing the cartels, the most dangerous people, or I guess they're not that dangerous according to Organik, because he managed to fool them. He hired a few essays that were on the front lines, coordinating things, but he was the one that's really pocketing all the money. So when the cartels, their hitmen, their sicarios would catch up with the essays that you hired, these essays would not confess to who you are, right? That's what you want us to believe. They wouldn't confess to who you are or the relationship they have with you. So when they catch their families and do the things they do to those families, those essays don't speak up during torture and stuff like that. That's what you want us to believe, right? You're so sophisticated. The same sophisticated person that can't manage to pull off a success off of his YouTube channel and his social media channel, he has to go to creating some crypto coins to fool people. Is that the same guy? Is that the same sophisticated guy we're supposed to believe was able to rob the cartels several times, truckloads, 300-400 pounds worth of drugs?
that's when I, started with the basketball and figured out with YouTube and changed my life, man.
Yeah.
Once again, I don't tell nobody to do it. I don't think it's cool. It's what I did live through. I ain't no gangster right now, like all the gangsters.
So you left working for cartels. Well, I mean, not working for cartels, sorry. Robbing cartels, stealing drugs from the cartels, to choosing to start up a YouTube channel. And shout out to Tall Guy for helping you. Tall Guy, when he first started, he said he wasn't even making he was making enough money to pay off the car payment. So you left very easy money, what sounds like very easy money, but you claim is so risky, but you were able to pull it off because you were blessed, right? You had some special talent that let you get off the hook and robbing these cartels numerous times. They can never catch you. They don't even know who you are because you're 3-4 rows down, because that's how smart you were. That's how much knowledge you have about their operations. You knew how they were doing it. You were able to rob them, make so much money to decide to switch to do YouTube. So it's like almost saying like somebody went from making $10 million a year to going to making like $3,000, $4,000, $10,000, $20,000. All right, even if he's making even if he was making $20,000 a month on YouTube, you went from making close to $100,000, $200,000 per robbery. All right, I don't know how many times he was robbing trucks filled with drugs, but every time, I'm sure, a truckload filled with drugs, that's a lot of money, boy. That's a big bag.
That shit ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? I thank God every day let me make me out of that. You know what I'm saying? That shit was it's traumatizing to me to this day.
Who wants to fight Mr. Organic? Come on.
Nah, that'd be stupid. That'd be dumb. I've been not, but I come from a different background, you know what I'm saying? From fighting, from guns, I trained in all ways and streets, but I don't think it's cool. Like I said, I don't want to hurt nobody. But anytime anybody try to play with me, it's documented what happened. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not the one to play with, but man, let's everybody be happy, get money, and be positive and have growth. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to leave a person alone that's quiet. You're supposed to leave a person alone that tells you, God bless you. Let them be. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you never know what's in them. And I don't try to verbalize who I really am. Sometimes I talk that shit if I got to, but overall, man, I just want to be a good person and just appreciate the blessings God gave me. Because I could be in jail. I should be dead. Like, for real. People think I'm playing or whatever. All my closest friends, anybody know me, gonna tell you how I am. You know what I'm saying? And where I came from. So I've been through a lot, and I'm still going through a lot.
You're a very peaceful guy, and very humble, very down to earth. Would you say your experiences before, where you had a bunch of life or death situations, it made you realize like the capability of people being dangerous, and made you say, you know what, man, I'm always gonna stay to myself. I'm always gonna be
always. Anybody know me know I move by myself. Besides my dog Slim, who else have you ever seen me with? Because I know the closest people to you is the closest people that could get you or leave you vulnerable.
Yeah.
So I don't like people around me. I'm 42. I probably got 3-4 friends in my entire life. That's how I know to move that way.
So you've only had 3 or 4 friends your whole life, but you were able to successfully rob the cartels numerous times, not once, twice, 3 times, but for quite a long time. Seems like it was such a long time in the past that he's done this so successfully without any error, without even getting noticed. It seems like they didn't even know who he was because he was so back there, even though he was the one that robbed the truck in the warehouse. But I guess at that time the warehouse had nobody there working. There wasn't any cartel members there at the time. Maybe it was just like it wasn't the season for them to hire more people or something like that. Maybe they were low staff. Like, this is what I mean. Like, you almost gotta sound, you almost have to be passively stupid. I don't even know if it's passively at this point. You just gotta be stupid on all levels. Like, you have to be seriously so brainwashed to believe the kind of nonsense these guys talk about. Especially Myron, who has a background in this stuff, and he's acting like he just met as if he met the only survivor in getting away with this type of operation. Because if you listen to what he's been saying, he says that every time he investigates a situation like this, people robbing the cartels, they're always dead. Like, there's nothing for him to investigate because there's always, by the time they're involved, the person in question is dead. But Organik magically, every single opportunity he gets, he's left alone. And then on top of that, he gets to exit, go create a YouTube channel, be a public figure, be all over social media, tell this story as if, I guess, nobody in the cartels or any relatives, friends of these cartel members doesn't watch YouTube. No one just pays attention to YouTube. No one pays attention to anybody talking shit about their organization, talking about how they successfully robbed them. Like, that's what you guys want me to believe, right?
I can't be accessible like that because that's the easiest way to get to people. That's how I used to get to people. Yeah. You know, shit, I used to get basketball players and we used to rob them motherfuckers easily. that was the easiest motherfuckers. Like, athletes, it was the easiest people to get. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were.
Oh, and now he robbed basketball players. He robbed cartels. He robbed basketball players. Wow, man. And you're on YouTube still doing all this talking, right? Because, like, these basketball players, they retired or they're disabled?
Party, hey, party.
I mean, if you go from rip crew to doing that type of shit, easy mode,
that was too easy. That was a joke. Like, I used to laugh. Who we got? Come on, man. Hey, and you ain't gonna do nothing. And you know it's me. No mask, no nothing. What's up? You see me in the club? Everything cool? What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a transition, man. I come from a different species of motherfucker, man. That gargoyle shit is real. I'm hard and fly at the same time. I'm peaceful. I'm on top.
So you went and robbed these basketball players. I don't know what basketball players, because most of you guys know basketball players make good money, and when they make good money, usually they have somebody there making decisions, financial decisions. And even, let's not even talk about the financial piece of it. Any house they live in, it's probably got to be all wired, right? They have cameras, shit like that, because they ain't gonna, like, if somebody like pulls up and try to rob them, these basketball players are not gonna get into an altercation with you. They're gonna let all the cameras record you, right? And you said, oh, they knew you. So I guess the police also knew you, or the basketball player just let you go ahead and rob them. Like, this is what I mean. Like, are we supposed to, like, a lot of his followers, they're like stupid. These influencers have gotten their followers to be brainwashed to the point that you guys just believe this nonsense. All right. And he's so confident in this story. Believe me, he's told this story like 7 or 8 different times on different channels. he literally wants you guys to believe that he's been able to pull this thing off, this story, that this is not just like some fictional fake story. This is real life. This is really his experience. He's been able to pull this thing off, robbing cartels, robbing celebrities, basketball players, and has been able to do it without any issue at all. He's never been caught, never been arrested. He's like a one-of-one situation like that. He's been so lucky, I guess. Well, I don't even think it's lucky, because luck can only go so far, especially if you've done this frequently.
I'm vigilant. I don't want no problems, but if it's a problem, no problem.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we met now, bro.
Yeah. I was different, man. I was different, but...
So, tell us about, because, for example, your lifestyle now is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was inspired by Mr. Organic.
Yeah.
The house,
the chains,
cars, the lifestyle.
Yeah.
But you changed a lot, bro.
Yeah.
We talk on the phone all the time.
Yeah.
Tell them.
It's more of a transition of life. You know, some people say you got humbled or God humbled you. I humbled myself, you know what I'm saying? And God just put it in me to be humble. I was going through a transition to have everything I dreamt of. From the Malibu estate, was the most viral clip, you know, to congratulate that. And shout out to her, actually, because that was funny, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, from that to the 6 supercars and, you know, having every piece of jewelry, every Patek, the biggest Cubans you could want, you know,
you got all the nigga shit.
All the nigga shit. The nigger shit. The ER on that motherfucker.
It was a nice estate. We've been there. You know what I mean? Thank you for opening up your home to us. You don't let nobody at your crib, man.
You know you had the security right there.
This is how I know Myron he's pushing his agenda, because I don't know if you guys remember when Myron and Fresh went to Organik's house. They really believed, either they believed them or they just never really questioned the story. They really told their fans that Organik truly owned this house, that he was like, he literally owned this house. He bought it with all the furniture. All right. And it wasn't until, like, you know, 4 or 5 other channels exposed Organik, like Pocket Watching with JT. Shout out to Pocket Watching with JT, a black man. All right. In case you guys want to go look him up. He's a black man. He's a financial advisor, licensed, great guy, great channel. Definitely check him out. Spencer Cornelia exposed him. There was another channel, another black guy. He was actually African. I don't remember his channel. If I had to like pull it off, it was something Obala Aziz or something like that. I just remember the Aziz part of it. Sorry if I can't pronounce the whole channel name, but I think it's his first name. He's a black gentleman, right? But he's African or African background. I don't remember exactly, but several people then had come forth and exposed Organik for the lies, for claiming to own this property. And then when he got pushed into the corner, then he said it was a rent to own. And these 2 clowns were on there pushing that agenda. Like, I don't understand why go to this far extreme to push the agenda that Organik owned the house that he didn't own. Like, what's so embarrassing about saying you're renting it? Does it, like, it just makes you look like a beta male or something like that? I just don't understand that. So this is why I say, you heard him, all these stories. Like, I haven't really criticized, right? I'm just going along, kind of breaking down the things he's saying, right? That he's had success robbing cartels, the biggest cartel, right? The biggest Mexican cartel that we know of. I mean, we see El Chapo numerous times all over the news. We've seen his son on social media, but we're gonna take this with a grain of salt, that no one in the cartels really pays attention to social media, that Organik magically pulled it off. And then what's so crazy, he left the cartels, left robbing the cartels and celebrity to get on YouTube, on social media, to be a public figure, and then put it in their face and say, yeah, I robbed you and this is how I did it. And he's still walking around. That's the story. This is the agenda, the narrative Organik is putting out there, and you got these 2 promoting it. One of them has a background in law enforcement, and he wants to convince you that Organik was like a special case here.
Like, yeah, and
we kill Twitch, kill Twitch and Twitter and everybody. We just on Rumble and YouTube. Yeah, that's fine. Continue. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, so yeah, man. So when I got all that stuff, man, it was a dream come true. You know what I'm saying? I came up drastically. You know, made a lot of money from crypto, from other little investments I did. It actually paid off for me, and it was like, man.
You made money from crypto. What type of crypto this? These were Sheeb. I want you guys to go look at Sheeb Inu. These are the ones that Organik promoted and claimed he made millions of dollars from Sheep Inu, Floki Inu, Parma Token, Metaskeletons. Actually, Tall Guy Car Reviews and Organik both promoted Metaskeletons and the Metaskeleton NFT, which I tried to look up their website. It's not working. Parma Token is not working. And then Organik came up with his own coin, Organik Inu. I don't know what happened to Organik Inu. He claimed that you couldn't use it to buy merch. I tried to look up Organik Inu's website. That's not working anymore. So is that the type of crypto you made money off of? How come it's not around anymore?
It's really like living like a lottery person. Like, at the same time, I knew I wanted to invest in myself, invest in my brand. So people that know me, you thinking I'm just stunting on people. No, I built a Mr. Organik brand and Mr. Organik character. I am that guy, but I wanted to build him up so high that other businesses and all my other businesses go up there too. So I was invested in the campaign. It wasn't personal, because if you pay attention, I'm not going out to no clubs. I'm not going to no events. I was buying my cars, doing my content. That was all like a TV show. Yeah. But what the problem?
You weren't going out. What do you mean? You were doing all the King of Downtown content. That's going out. That's going out to other places. Even when you had Danielle, you were going out to other places. You definitely made appearances at strip clubs. There was one strip club I do remember he went to with several cars there. So I don't know. He kept like he's trying to portray like he's been like secluded from the world or something like that.
Was I'm really doing it for real, so I'm really spending all this money. Yeah. So people think you faking. I'm not faking. This shit really cost me $100,000 down, $5,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? This shit really costs. I wish I did fake it. I got a lot more money still.
Yo, so we're talking right. It's kind of like, okay, we did all this shit, the cars, lifestyle, but this shit's expensive to maintain.
Right.
And they can say, oh, it's rentals. Bro, if you rent it, it'd probably be even more.
Yeah, people just don't make sense. People are, people slow. We can't talk about this ultra slow brain people. But for people, around me, knowing that, even my mom, she like, you was happier when you was in the downtown apartment. Like, you just sit in the house all day in Malibu.
The Corvette.
All you know is already up a mountain, all the way down to the pet cave. Because I'm scared.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. The trip to your house, bro, in Malibu was intense. Because it's like up the hill, to the side.
Bro, you're my guy, but I ain't never going back up there. I was literally losing my...
I don't know if you guys heard that. I probably should have paused it, but when they were saying that... Organik, I think Fresh was saying, people are saying it's rentals, right? And Organik is like, they're slow-brained, people, right? Organik, I don't know why he still won't admit that the Malibu house is a rental. I don't know why he makes you guys really believe that he bought that house. That house is a rental, sir. It don't matter if you're paying more money in rentals and than in owning the house. I mean, that's right. When you rent, you do spend more money, but nevertheless, you never owned that house. That house is still owned by the original couple, man. Like, stop all this capping.
Shit, man, like, it's hills and it's all winding, and you can literally fall and die in any
heights, bro. You're sweating. I know. I have a vlog. He was sweating the whole ride, bro. It's hilarious.
Oh my god,
and I get it. And I did that to preserve myself.
Yeah.
Like, I live in Los Angeles, bro. Where else I'm gonna have all these cars that I can't see? My cars are certain colors. Right? I'm a strategic person since a kid. I told you how I move, how I robbed. I move strategic. So, like,
if anyone tries to come up to you, you're gonna know well in advance. Prepare yourself.
And then imagine living like that. So imagine you got everything you want. You built your brand. Okay, you invest in your brand, but now I still want to enjoy it, but I can't.
You feel trapped.
I was trapped. I couldn't go to clubs like that because I don't mess with gangs. I'm out the streets.
Explain to the people, because they're gonna think, they're like, wait, what are you talking about? You're in Malibu?
Okay, so I want you guys to listen to this part carefully. So Organik picked the Malibu house strategically, right? Because it's positioned in a way that protects him, right? This house was chosen strategically for him so he can be protected, right? Protected from his enemies or anybody that he took advantage of. So you're trying to tell me that the cartels that you robbed, they didn't move strategically, that they were so careless, reckless about it? Have you, even if you watch movies, some of you probably watch movies with cartels involved in like any kind of violence or whatever. A lot of the cartel members, they also live in very strategic locations. They don't live like right among, like, I'm not talking about the distributors, I'm not talking about the foot soldiers, I'm talking about the head honcho. The head honcho isn't like, he's not living in like in a congested area. He's living in a secluded area. This is exactly how Organik is describing how the cartels move. And you were able to strategically, I don't know, because he says he's only known 3-4 people in his whole life. So you were able to strategically rob the cartels truckloads at a time, frequently, and never get caught, never get exposed. Nobody knows who you are until you quit and then decide to make a YouTube channel about it and go on all these other channel podcasts, interviews, and talk about how you robbed the cartels. Does that make any sense to you?
You're trapped in your mansion. You can't go out. Can you explain to people like how Los Angeles works and the politics there? Because people don't understand this stuff.
Yeah, so like you got to know. And then you can't forget, a guy tried to rob me before in Los Angeles. I ended up beating him up, taking a gun from him, and shooting him. So everybody think I'm capping all this. Go to Google Mr. Organik beats a robber. It's actually 2 different occasions I beat up a robber and beat him up.
Bro, those 2 guys were like almost half your size. The guy outside the rug store, the carpet store, like me personally, I think it was all a skit. I think it was all a setup. But in either case, those 2 guys were half his size. That's just like you, like anybody, like any adult. If you are one of the, if you're watching this video right now and you consider yourself an adult, I mean like you're like 19, 20 and older, and then you pick a fight with somebody that's like half your size, like a child, for instance, or something like that. I hope you don't fight a child, but I'm trying to make this like relatable to you. This guy was half his size. Of course Organik is going to win. Of course. He wasn't like, it wasn't like he put, like somebody that started a fight with him was like an MMA fighter or somebody that knows karate or kung fu or jiu-jitsu or any like special martial arts, or right? Wasn't like, these are like regular people that are just thieves or whatever, half his size, which it didn't make sense to me. I always thought it was fake because I'm like, why would somebody, like if you are a small person, why would you go start a fight with somebody that's double your size, right? It just doesn't make sense logically, right? Just think about it. Why would you go start a fight with somebody that's twice your size and looks like he knows what he's doing or what he could be possibly doing? Like somebody that moves in a certain way or whatever. Like, come on now, think about it. Would you really start a fight with somebody twice your size?
I'm a robber. I know what I see you coming, dude. I'm on you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, former. Hey, current dude. I got you. Shit go bad. Hey. But for real though, y'all can check that. So it's not bragging. This is documented. Like so, you got to know how LA is. You got to be connected to certain streets, certain guys, or you're vulnerable.
Affiliated, yeah.
Affiliated, because if you got jury, you out here partying, want to fuck their bitches, you want to go to these nightclubs, you got to be protected. You got to be, you know what I'm saying, putting some money somewhere. Like security ain't going to be enough because security guards sometimes are gang members too. Yeah. They'll set you up and get robbed with you. I said, send people to that too. Yep. You think I'm going to have people go and get robbed? Hey, they got us and lay down with me and we give them a little back in? That's the easy way to get somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get somebody from the inside.
So we were in, just out to your point, we were in LA a couple times with some people. Yeah. And AD told us the whole game. Yeah. Basically, most people that move in LA, celebrities, influencers, they are on some level affiliated with gangs because in that society, in that culture, if you're not, you're a target.
Right.
So they run in Los Angeles.
Yeah, they run it. They run it, and you gotta respect it. So I never got mad at it. I respected it. So I stayed out their way because I'm not giving nobody nothing. Or I'm gonna die or they're gonna die. I know how I am. I'm war ready, but I don't want to go to war. But if somebody play with me, I'm gonna die today. I'm on the shield, Leonidas motherfucker. So like, let's avoid it. Let them have it. But now I'm trapped in the house. 6 supercars, mansion. I came in, then you came in indulging women like that, as you know, Myron Fresh. Yeah. When you got this much money and fame and clout.
Set you up, bro.
Come on, dog. They could set me up. Yeah. They could make up shit.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Organik, man. I don't know if Myron and Fresh and Fit guys actually like watch this guy. This dude had all these women at his house, man. He had the Asian girl. He had the 2 snow bunnies. He's had the Latino girl. There was one girl that I think she was like an exchange student or whatever, like a babysitter or something like that. I don't know what they call it, where they bring these girls from different countries to come babysit like rich white parents or whatever, right? Wealthy parents, wealthy families, right? You've had all these different women at your house, man. At your house. Stop capping.
So I gotta have cameras in every room, even in my bedroom. You can't say I didn't do no. It's recorded. So I gotta be so selective. I like to indulge in pussy. I'm a pussy goddamn connoisseur. I probably fuck pussy better than anybody in life. God bless me with that endowment. You hear me? And I enjoy it. I like ravaging vaginas in the most vigorous way possible. That's my thing. I don't smoke, don't drink, never have a day in my life. I fuck pussy. I get money. You hear me? They're my things. So now I got the money, but I can't even get the pussy with it. Yeah. Now I gotta be selective. You know what I'm saying? I get little driplets of pussy. Like I want the whole shit. Yeah. You would think once you got the cars, fame, let me go crazy. what happened to them? They go to jail, they get killed, they get not me. I pay my mama bills, man. Her car, I pay that every month. Her crib, I pay that every month. She retired. I can't go out like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm sitting in the house every day thinking like, damn, I can't enjoy this shit. I'm paying for all this shit, I can't enjoy it.
And if you would go to LA, you'd go, you know, with obviously your stuff, which is legally owned.
Of course.
And then you'd go in and get the fuck out.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. So yeah, I just came to epiphany after a while that it just wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? Once
you were in LA for how many? Like
4 years now.
4 years
now. And it was like, then I moved to another house, and it still was the same dread. And I downsized, had the Lambo truck and the Dawn and the Aventador. That's still crazy. So it's like, I didn't want that shit no more. All I did was drive it to the gym.
He said the Aventador. Oh, I don't know. Maybe he forgot to mention that the Aventador was a raffle car. He said he had the Aventador. So how come he doesn't mention the raffle piece?
I wasn't going nowhere. It was just weighing on me. Everywhere I go, I can't enjoy my life. What is the purpose of this? I didn't want it no more. I didn't want my jewelry no more. I wasn't wearing it. 500,000 is sitting in the crib. Like, what the fuck am I doing? I could have put it to something else. So then I started, researching and learning, how to really live life and be free and have peace of mind and not have so much anxiety. And I realized, like, Europe, different places in Europe, they millionaires, but they minimalists at the same time. And I saw something about Switzerland. And one of my friends was going out there for a watch convention because, I like buying watches and all that.
All of them are Rolex,
Patek, AP, they all there.
They're all in Switzerland.
All of them. It's like over like 50 different watch companies that's there. It's crazy. But the big three is there for sure, right there in Geneva. So we went out there for that. And once I went out there.
So when you went out to Switzerland, I don't know if you guys were paying attention to his content in Switzerland, but there was like 1 or 2 videos where he claimed that he had all these meetings with these watch companies, including Richard Mille and AP. How come I've never seen him wear a Richard Mille watch? I've never seen Organik wear a Richard Mille watch. I've seen him wear Rolex, APs, and even the AP that he was wearing was the ones that were like they had all that extra work on there, which I told you that stuff is like a waste of money. And he kept, like, even in several live streams, I told him that stuff is a waste of money. Stop buying like all that rapper jewelry, right? Thinking, it's flashy and it gets, like, I guess, clicks and views, but you're losing money because when you go to sell it, there's like a special type of person who's gonna buy it. But he kept claiming like he knew what he was doing, right? But obviously not, because he had to liquidate, he had to get rid of it all. But somehow he was a multi-millionaire, soon to be billionaire. But like I said, how come I've never seen him wear a Richard Mille? He had meetings with Richard Mille. He went there to Switzerland to be with Richard Mille or for some convention or whatever, like he was saying. How come I've never seen him with a Richard Mille watch?
The scene, because what you gotta know about Switzerland, like 1 out of 4 people are millionaires.
Yes.
1 out of 4.
One of the highest concentration of millionaires in the world.
Yeah. So I'm seeing this, and these people riding the bus. These people walking. These people wear the same gray, brown, black suits. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no color.
You don't have to go to Switzerland to see that, man. This is how you know this guy's an idiot. There's so many wealthy people around you in lots of major cities in the U.S. that drive like regular cars. I think they say like the most popular car or truck among rich people, like millionaires, is a Ford F-150 or a Chevrolet Suburban. Like, they're not like these multi-millionaires, super rich people. They don't just drive around like Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Rolls Royce everywhere. I'm not saying multi-millionaires don't do that, but a good majority of them do not drive the cars that you think they drive. They don't dress up the way you think they dress up. Like, because these social media influencers have got you guys so brainwashed into thinking that when you're a multi-millionaire, you got to wear Louis Vuitton. You got to drive a certain type of car or something like that. People that have certain cars like that are collectors. They know exactly what they're buying because it appreciates in value. They know when to let it go, when to buy another one. They know how to move. It's just the market. They just study the market. They study their cars. But not all millionaires drive around exotic cars and wear jewelry with diamonds and walk around like a clown like Organik was doing in like CJ on 32s. Like, those dudes are like portraying like a very clown image. Those are the people that got quickly rich. So they're trying to like show it in your face because that's how they get the views, to brainwash you into thinking that's how it's done. That's not how it's done, man. And don't use my words. You guys can do the research yourself. Look up most of the multi-millionaires. Shit, look at the billionaires. Look at Bill Gates. Look at Mark Zuckerberg. Look at the kind of cars they drive. Warren Buffett. Look at all these people. Elon Musk. Do they carry themselves the same way these goofy ass rappers and these like social media influencers carry themselves? Come on now, you gotta wake up.
But they chilling.
Yeah.
There is no police nowhere. They are free. I swear to God, I'm seeing kids like 10 years old walking the street at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I mean, after the club, it's popping. I don't get it fucked up.
Yeah.
The women out there, they know to chew a motherfucking beaver stick. You hear me? Beaver stick. So it's crazy. It's crazy out there. Like, they party, they get nasty. It's popping on the weekends, but during the weekdays, they work. Then they come out at the clubs. It be hundreds of people in the street. Not one police. No nothing. Nobody doing
Unlike
shit.
LA.
The
police are telling you get the fuck off the road. So there's probably going to be a fist fight.
We were at Hyde in LA. I think we were 80, some other people from No Jumper. Bro, we're there, first time in LA with 80 as our tour guide, basically, right? We pulled up this club on Wednesday. It was popping. It was called Hyde. I think it was Hyde, right? Yeah.
Was I there on that one or no?
You were there.
Okay.
You were there.
Okay.
So we
only went out there like once.
Maya's there, like, bro, why am I even here?
Yeah, bro.
So we're in there.
Ghetto's
They're
fucking.
playing Chief Keef, Back in Blood with Push Icy.
Bro, the crowd sang Back in Blood perfectly, word on word, perfectly synced. I said, we need to leave. Anytime they're playing drill music and everyone is going word for word and getting super hyped at the most violent things, yeah, this is too nigga for me. I'm out. See you guys.
I'm trying to remember. I was either inside the club or in the parking lot.
He was in the club. I remember the story.
And somebody touched my chain, and they were like, "This is nice, man.
I like that.
I like that." And I'm like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
Right? Give it up.
And then 80 looks at me and he's like, "Oh no, he with me."
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh, he good then." I walks away. I'm like,
So you just proved that you have no street background. That's just literally what it proved, that you don't even know you don't have situational awareness. Like, these guys are supposed to be motivating and coaching people that pay them thousands of dollars, but they have no situational awareness. Like, if it wasn't for AD, like he says, he probably would have been robbed that day, probably at gunpoint or something. He probably would have got injured if he tried to negotiate his way out of it or tried to reject their whatever they were demanding.
They're about to get them. That's how they get you, though, smooth like that. Like, because it'd be like 10 of them. They get you in that corner, like that. And they take it off and give it to them, like most people do. They smart, or they fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with that. So, yeah, you was blessed. Shout out to AD for, covering you. Because sometimes they line you up. Like I said, I come from that background. I'd be the cool.
Yeah, but that's not the only option. Why would you go to a club like that? Like, why would I put myself in a situation that has high risk consequences? Oh, because I'm a social media influencer and everybody's going to recognize me. But I thought, based on what Organik said earlier, it sounds like nobody in the cartels even knows about them. Because we're assuming nobody watches social media, nobody watches YouTube, so they don't know anything that's been said about their own organization. So why would they know about Fresh and Fit? So everybody is supposed to assume they know who Fresh and Fit is. So again, why would I put myself in a situation that has very high risk for violence to me, just so I can flash around what I got? That's what Fresh wants you guys to, like, I don't understand it.
The person like, oh yeah, you with us, and then let somebody get you, like, they got you, goddamn it, and we go bust it down later. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he really was real with you, so that's dope.
That's love.
So yeah, when I was out in Switzerland, man, it just changed my whole mindset of like understanding money, understanding lifestyle, and just really want to live in the moment more. And I want to get rid of that heavy shit. Like, even out there, if I wore that big ass gargoyle chain and big ass Cuban, you look kind of silly. You know what I'm saying? Right. So then I start understanding about Van Cleef and all that stuff, understanding designer jewelry and how it holds its value, understanding plain Jane watches more. You know what I mean? I spent $100,000 on a Patek, iced out one. I thought I spent that $100,000 on a Patek from the.
And that's the rose gold Pepsi.
Yeah, the rose gold, the rose gold, root beer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got the regular Pepsi.
So he just says that he reached a point where he realized that he was moving backwards, right? He realized that the jewelry he had wasn't really the jewelry that's going to appreciate in value. So this is why he made a sudden move and switched to the Van Cleefs, right? This is his words, man. I'm just trying to paraphrase. But can you imagine, like I was saying before, when we would do these reaction videos, all the people that listened to him, that look up to him and followed every single decision he did and lost money? Because you would see Organik pulling out that AP, the one that got all the diamonds on it, all that extra modified stuff on it. And then people are like, oh, Organik got that for 90 grand, and Organik says it's going to be 200 grand. And then he says later on, oh, it was almost half the size when he went to get rid of it. So it was all capped. But can you imagine all the people that followed these guys for advice, especially Organik, and went and followed the same path that he took? And imagine now how many of those people are actually able to make a return on their investments? Because you never hear about these people. You only hear about them in the comment section. They only come in the comment section pretending to be smart-ass people. It's like you guys are brainwashed. Y'all getting fooled by the thousands. It's time for you guys to wake up.
So that's a nice one.
Oh yeah, that's good, brother. I like that. So yeah, I got it straight from the like a real boutique instead of like an aftermarket person, and I got this the factory set one. 100,000 would have been worth 300,000 soon. I walked out the door. So as we're there, the guy I'm with, he's so fucking in tune with all these watch companies. We get in real relationships with AP and Patek and Rolex directly.
Nice.
Right? So now I got this directly. It cost me 16, but it's cost
retail.
Oh,
yes.
You got a retail?
Wow.
I got all of it retail. So
Man, fuck you, man.
See, that's why I say fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta fuck with the guard. So
Bro.
as I'm out there, we making connections at Patek and AP. We going in there. I'm getting Patek straight.
That
from
watch
Patek.
right there, I know off rip is somewhere between 30 to 50,000.
I understand that. And I
Right
bought it
now.
for 16
You got it
straight
for 16.
from. Come on, man. So like, and I did this, and I'm like, okay, I understand this now.
Yeah.
Get rid of all this nigga shit. Do the real shit. So once I came back, I got rid of all my jewelry, cashed it out, basically. Kept a couple pieces, but cashed out most of it. Went back to Switzerland. Got rid of the crib. Went out there. I'm living out there now. Now I got connection with all these watch dealers.
Wow.
So I'm buying mad watches, Patek.
It's crazy. He's talking about how he got rid of the rapper jewelry and he's still wearing a big one around his neck, man. Like, Organik is such a clown, man. This dude lies so much. He caps so much. And you can tell as this live goes on and on and on, you can tell that Myron, he knows Organik is full of shit. He's just playing along. I don't know why it benefits him to play along this bullshit game that Organik is preaching about. But it just honestly makes him less credible now. Especially when he was saying earlier about how he had a law enforcement background and, you know, different things that happens around the cartels when situations of drugs getting stolen. This is what would happen afterwards in terms of like a follow-up when he does investigations. And Organik is sitting there in his face telling them that he was able to pull it off numerous times without any single issue, without any incidents at all. And they just continue to play along with his fake-ass story. This is crazy, man. They're just playing along with this fake-ass story because I guess it benefits their podcast. I don't understand it.
Rolex, I'm just stacking
And you're
them up.
buying them retail. That's the key. Bro, you know how hard it is? Let me put things in perspective for you guys. If you go into a Rolex store, I don't give a fuck if you're in Dubai, if you're in London, because I've tried. And even in Vegas, when we went there, they don't have shit in stock. I don't even know how they keep the stores open, bro. They're open and there's attendants there in suits and everything. Hey, you guys got any Rolexes? No, sorry, we don't have anything. Nothing? No, sorry.
Surprisingly, there was one watch in the Rolex store. I think it's right?
Yeah, but it was a 38 millimeter.
36 millimeter.
Fuck it, 36, sorry.
They don't have 36 women. It ain't shit.
Yeah.
So the good ones like this, they gonna tell you 7 years.
Yeah.
Wait, listen, you gotta buy 5 little bum watches or you gotta buy some jewelry.
Exactly.
I know the whole game. So I was looped up with a person that really, you know what I'm saying, spent a lot of money, worth a lot of money, super looped up
For the audience, so they understand real quick.
Yeah.
The reason why they do that, guys, is because they don't want you to be a gray seller where you go ahead and you buy it in at retail and then you come back and you sell it for double, triple, quadruple the price. So they make you buy a bunch of bullshit pieces in between or buy some jewelry or whatever to kind of vet you. Or if you do resell it, they made their money from you.
Basically, you're building that relationship with that person.
And then on top of that, too, they could track the watch. So if you try to sell it fast, it's tracked through the gray market. So you really don't do that. For me,
they'll track it back to...
Organik acts like he's so smart. That's anything that has a limited production. They do the same thing with cars. Like anybody that buys cars, like exotic cars, this happens very frequently. I'm not talking about used cars. I'm not talking about these like bummy used cars that Organik was buying or leasing. I'm talking about like especially McLaren. Actually, Ferrari is worse. Like if you want to get like an allocation for the new Ferraris, you got to go get like 2-3 other Ferrari models before like Ferrari recognizes that you're an actual loyal Ferrari customer before you get an allocation on the new cars, especially the limited production ones. Lamborghini's a little bit laid back, but they've been starting to adopt the same philosophy as Ferrari. But Ferrari's notorious for this, and Porsche was like that for the 918 Spider. If you guys don't know what the 918 Spider is, it's like their hypercar. It's kind of like it's supposed to be like replacing the Carrera GT. That one was like an allocation. It was a hot mess to get your hands on one unless you've been like a loyal Porsche customer. But who the hell wants to buy Porsche? You know, like unless you get like the RS or something like that, or the GTS. Like most people don't really like Porsche, but when they came out with the 918, it was impossible to get an allocation on it early on because now they're almost like triple and quadruple the price. Now they're like almost like over $2 million. McLaren was like that. But most people know McLarens have issues. Unless you were able to get like the 765.
AD, you bought it from and they'll blacklist you.
You're out of there. So for me, I just wanted to have some more real assets because I was just blowing money and living life a certain way. So once I realized that, understood that, I downgraded everything, bought a lot of watches, put them in my little safe. So now my shit, I'm good. You know, I was in Switzerland. I'm good over there.
Share the pieces you got now, what you got, or you don't have to if you don't want to.
I don't want to retain that. That's too much information.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll talk about it offline.
Yeah, on top of that, they in Switzerland. I left a lot of stuff in Switzerland. I put like that. It's a big bag over there, you know?
Okay.
I ain't gonna go into too much detail, but just know as kids, you always say, you get this, man, you're set for life. I got that.
That's
Swiss account. I got one.
Yeah, that's a big deal, though. Bro, we know guys that are fucking watch dealers that can't even get watches at retail.
Trust me. Yeah. But I was dealing with like my manager and one of my good friends. He worth $300 million. So like he was putting me on shit that.
This is the funniest thing I've heard so far. Organik says that his manager, the big guy, right, in Switzerland, is worth $300 million. He's worth $300 million, and he couldn't find a way to get Organik to remain in Switzerland. They got rid of him quickly. Organik, you've been capping like this whole collab with Fresh and Fit, but this is probably the funniest shit I've heard all day. That the manager, I don't know if you guys heard it, let me replay it again, that manager is worth $300 million. Why the hell are you doing social media if this guy's worth $300 million and he's your manager? And why would a manager be working to manage you when he's worth $300 million? That shit doesn't make it. That's probably the funniest thing I've heard so far. Hold on, let me play this part again.
Switzerland, I put like that. It's a big bag over there, you know?
Okay.
I ain't gonna go into too much detail, but just know as kids, you always say, you get this, man, you're set for life. I got that.
That's
Swiss account. I got one.
Yeah, that's a big deal, though. Bro, we know guys that are fucking watch dealers that can't even get watches at retail.
Yeah, trust me. Yeah. But I was dealing with like my manager and one of my good friends. He worth $300 million. So like he was putting me on shit.
Bro, we know guys that are fucking watch dealers that can't even get watches at retail.
Yeah, trust me. Yeah. But I was dealing with like my manager and one of my good friends. He worth $300 million. So like he was
Bro, we know guys that are fucking watch dealers that can't even get watches at retail.
Yeah, trust me. Yeah. But I was dealing with like my manager and one of my good friends. He worth $300 million. So like he was putting me on shit that we've taken jets and shit. I'm in fucking the Alps and shit. We meeting the owner of the that's cool with Ryder Federer. He owns the cell phone company called Sunrise out there. We have concerts and shit.
He said jets, man. You were not on a private jet. You were on a commercial airline, man. Cut it. This is how I know they don't really follow his social media, man. They don't watch his videos. Organik, you did videos at the airport. Stop lying, man. You were on a commercial airline. Talking about his manager's worth $300 million. So he couldn't work it out for you to stay in Switzerland. They got rid of you after 90 days, exactly 90 days. And why would you be on social media? Why would you waste your time on social media if you got $300 million? If you got $300 million, anybody in the comment section, especially his supporters and fanboys, let me know. All right, we're going to wrap up this video. Yeah, I thought we were going to be able to like complete this whole, but we're probably going to drop a part 3 to this. Let me know if you manage to have $300 million, not 30 million. I'm talking about $300 million. That's almost $250 million, more than $250 million, a little bit over. $300 million. Why would I care to be on social media, or if that's my manager? It just doesn't make sense to me. Why would I be managing anybody, especially let alone Organik, if I got $300 million? That shit doesn't make any logical sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. Concrete sense, logical sense, physical sense. It doesn't make any sense. That is a complete waste of time to manage somebody like Organik if I'm worth $300 million. Just think about it yourself. You're worth $300 million. Are you going to go out here and manage a YouTube influencer? Unless that YouTuber is like on a massive scale. I'm talking about like Mr. Beast, FaZe Rug, Casey Neistat, MKH, I forget his channel. I think he switched that around. I'm talking about like these big mega YouTubers. I'm gonna manage a guy like Organik with 300,000 subscribers. Come on, man. Like, cut it out, man. Stop all that capping, man. You've been capping the whole time. But we're gonna wrap up part 2. If you guys haven't seen part 1, check it out. Make sure you guys subscribe, like the video if you haven't already done so. Thank you guys so much for watching.